Okay. Okay. Let me confirm. Okay, it's recording. Okay. So let me share my screen before we start. Yes. Okay. Share. Can you see my screen? Is my screen visible?
Yes,
Okay, fine.
yes,
So okay, fine. So I will review what we did yesterday. So what I would do is that I want to go to GitHub. So I'll go to my file explorer, open the file explorer. So I will locate desktop. So if I locate desktop, my file folder where all my files will be is JavaScript, which is this. Open it, double click. So I want to open variable. I want to talk on today on operators. So I will just create a new folder and put in operators. Operators. Now these your variable names is very important. You put them in small letters, not uppercase, because so it's just a practice. It's always good let it be in smaller case. So you can have multiple files here, multiple ones, but you just create a particular one, which is JavaScript or any name. You can give it any name so that all these your sub files can be inside this for easier access and tracking, so that you not just have files everywhere and you'll be looking for them. So if you are working in a company, just like this, if you are working in a company, just have a file. I have this one internship, I have this, I have BCT limited, careers files, flashball limited files, so just HNG files. So just have files so that in case you are looking for this is a particular folder, so there are multiple files inside there. So if you are looking for it, it's very easy for you to to track. So let's go back to where we are coming from. So I've named operators. So what I'll do, I'll click on right click to open Git badge. When you open your Git badge, you just few lines of code. Just type code dot. If you press code dot, it will take you straight to VS Code. It will open a terminal right away. So let's wait for it. So operators is opened. Only operators. Other files are not here. So what we want to learn now is is uh is what is called operators. So let me just give it index.js. Remember, we are dealing with JavaScript, that's why you have it as .js. If you are dealing with TypeScript.ts, so the extension name is what make it that particular language, not just the index. I can call it Cornelius.js. So what make it a language is that .js. So recap of what we did yesterday, we look at introduction to JavaScript. We said JavaScript is a language that runs both in a client side and also in server. So we made to ensure that client main front end, the UI, while server is always back end. They always say server. Most times they don't call it back end, say server. So server is the back end. So we looked at how to how to under variable. What is variable? We explain variable like what you can store items into, like age, name. Age can be a variable A can be a variable, B can be a variable, letter C can also be a variable, country can be a name of a variable to store countries. Are we still together? Someone is calling. Sorry. Are we together? Hold on. Push. I was disconnected. Sorry, my network went off. So sorry. So sorry.
No, boss.
Where did I stop? Where did I stop? Where did I stop?
Talk about the
Okay, okay, thank you. Thank you. The network is still connected. I don't know why it's wasting time. It's showing no internet. I just pray it connects, sha. Wow. Just a minute, let me connect it. It should now. I hope we are still together. I hope the thing have not disconnected us. Can you still hear me?
yes.
Okay, that means it will connect. At any point, if it disconnect, just let me know, please.
All right, sir.
So I was trying to run a recap of what we did. So variable, we said what you can store something into our variables. How to declare variables. We said we can use let, const, and var. But because of technology's sake, we always use const. Const is coming from the word constant. So if you don't want a value to change, you don't want a value to be reassigned to a particular variable, you use const. You use let if you want the variable to always change, the assignment to always change. So the naming rules and convention will be explained later in the class when we get to API in full, because you always name your APIs. So you learn how to name it when time comes. So storing and updating values, we'll look at that. Data types. Yeah? Am I
Sir, you said that const is for values that don't change, while let is for values that will change.
Yes, sir.
Okay, sir.
Okay, good. So we look at data types. We look at strengths. So we didn't look them in details, which today we'll be going deep into strings. We look at data types of numbers, we look at booleans, we look at non and undefined, and we also have array and object, which we are going to treat later in the class. So we said strings are used to store, like strings are like names, like letters, alphabet, in all these characters, and it have to come with either you put them either quote, single quote, or backtick. So we are going to treat backtick when we get to concatenation, either template literals today. So we look at numbers like number 1 to 3. So that does not come with double quotes, does not come with quote anyhow. We would also have booleans. Booleans are true or false. We explain that, like, he's verified, true. Are you allowed? No, false. So if booleans, take note, you use booleans in API very well, very well when you are granting access to users, because you don't want anyhow person to come to your system and mess it up. So take note, booleans is very important, very. None and undefined, we explain that none is used if a value does not have a number but it can always change. So to use none, you have to use let to declare it so that the value can change. Undefined, the undefined is you don't want something to show, so you also use undefined for API very well if you don't want password to be visible to the user, and I believe you don't want it so that they will not be able to hack your system. So today we'll be diving into operators. I believe my system on my screen is clear. If yes, we'll proceed. Can you see what I'm typing?
Yes.
Yes, boss.
Okay, I said I will repeat one thing yesterday, which is how to test your data types. I want to know which data types is it. So let's quickly run through that before I step into operators. Now, I was having issues with going to live server, checking through console, which is an ideal way of checking, but because of network issues, it might work for you if you try it. But my network here is a bit, well, yesterday was not strong. I don't know if it will go today. But the other way in which we can do it is to bring you can bring your internal um what's it called command control command. Let me see, what's it called, terminal rather, sorry, terminal. So if I go to here's my terminal. Okay, terminal should be here. Okay, fine. So you see this three dot here, three dots. If you hit on it, you see terminal. Click on new terminal, so your terminal will come up. Let me hide this. Yours might not be like, your own might just be like this, no problem. So when we get to API, I will advise you bring this one up. This one will help you track if there's errors. So when we get there, we'll bring that in. So this if you bring your terminal, you can run some script here to test it. For to do that, the other first thing, you need to download what is called node. If you want to know if you have node in your system, you just type node dash v. Sorry, no. You press git. Sorry, since you are doing git, this is git work. Git node, right? Hope I'm not making any mistake. Let me go with node first. Node, sorry, let me go with node minus v. Let's see if it throws error. Or okay, gold minus v works. Okay, it works. So it's showing that my version of node is 24. That means that node is installed. Before this class, I will also teach you how to install it. It's very simple step, because you even need this node to run your backend. Yesterday I said that JavaScript cannot run on its own. You need node. So this node is what will help your backend to work. Without this node, you cannot write backend script. You cannot write backend script. And for you to be able to type git, do git work here, CI/CD, some actions, you also need to install what is called git. So if I press git now minus v, it will tell me that git version here is 2.47.0 Windows 2. That means that I have git installed in my system. I also have node installed on my system. Very simple procedure. We'll look into that. Thank you. So I'll be using the git command to run my script since my server is bad. There are two ways of using it, but I will be using one. When we get to API, I will set up some script command here, which you also need it. Very important. But for now, we'll use the simple step to run it. Now, let's say I want to write const name. Just a recap of yesterday, since we did not practicalize something. So this const name is equal to, let's say uh let's say James. Let's say James. And I want to check which data type is this James. What I will do, remember, console.log will help you out. I explain console.log for you. Then passing name. On your passing name, just come to your git command and type node. So the one way to do it is, which we are going to be doing for now, but we'll get to API, we will not be using it. So node, write node. Now, what is the name of this file? This file that we are working on is called index.js. So you say node, node, where are you? Since I have installed you, help me to run index.js. Node will now say, okay, let me check if index.js is actually installed on your, you have the file here. If yes, it will display for you right away. It will tell you, now you console log name. Okay, I console log name, tell me that name is what? Is James. I believe you can all see it. Are we together?
Yes.
Now, what I want to achieve
Yes.
now, yeah, what I want to achieve is actually the data type, not even actually the name. This one is just to display. Since I call the name, James will respond to me. But what I want to check now is the data type. What is the data type of this James? Is it, oh, sorry, not James. Well, I want to check the data types of this name. Is name a string or a number or a boolean? So let's check it now. So to do that, you type of the type of what? Of name. So what is the type of this name? Type of name, I believe is very simple. So still run your git command node help me to run index.js. Node though, because it's what that will be doing the work for me, because JavaScript cannot perform on its own. Node help me to run it. It will tell me the type of, because you are seeing James here is because this console is active. So let me comment it again. Let me run again so that we'll be able to track it. He's saying that it is what? A string. I believe that's clear. So if you want to check the types, if probably you are not too sure of the data type, you can use type of to run the command. Let's assume that I want to write another one, const.
Sorry, sorry, sir. I have
Okay,
a question.
okay.
In this one, we are using this terminal to run it. What if you click that run up there? What happens?
Runs. It will take,
Yes, that one.
let's check it out. Because I've not actually run without debugging. Therefore, I've not actually used it, but let's see if it works. Let's say let's run node. Okay, it's prompting it. It's prompting. I don't think, okay, it's working fine. It's working fine. It's working fine. So
Okay.
okay, what it is that
Right.
when I click on that run, I click on start debug, no, run without debugging, click on it, it prompts me, it prompts and said string, right? It's making sense anyway. It's good. Thank you for bringing it up, though I've not used it before. I normally use my script to run code most times. Thank you. I believe that is
And sir,
clear.
you can teach us the script too, because
The
you can
script,
teach us the script because we get used to it too.
okay, that is just index node and call the name of your file here, the file name you are using to, you are, this work is on top. Yeah, did you get? Did you get?
Yes, sir, I get you, sir.
Okay. Do you have any question on that, or I should just proceed? Should I proceed? Should I proceed? So
Yes, you can proceed. Yes,
so
sir.
let's put const. Let's do one more. Const age is equal to 70. Let's bring this one in. Let's copy and paste. Let's copy and paste. Press node. I will need my T. I have issues with T and I've copied. So press node. The script is node index.js. I believe you know why I'm calling index.js, because that's the name of the file here. If I name this file henry.js, I will say node run henry.js. I believe that is clear. So if I run it now, let me hide this one. Let me comment it out so that we have this particular one running now. You tell me that, sorry, I'm running name. So let me run age. So let me run age now. Let me run it again. So you tell me that age is a number. So we don't have float, or we don't have in other language like Python, they don't have number. They have integer. They have their data type for number is called integer. But in JavaScript, we don't have it. Eh? And float, yeah, and float. Thank you, and
I
float.
said integer float.
Perfect, and float. But for JavaScript, we only have just one number called, we have just a data type of number called number. Whether it's a decimal number is number, whether it's a whole number is a number. So that is how JavaScript is. And I believe with this class, with this, we understand how to run the script. So let's go to operator now, which is where we are heading to. Operators. Operators. We are going to do some little. Why my T is not typing? Sorry, let me get this T type. Sorry, I have issues with my pad of TO. So operators. Okay, making sense now. So we are going to look at addition. Let's say const A is equal to 7, const B is equal to 9. Let's say const C, normal mathematics now, const C is equal to 80. Don't, I hope, don't be scared though that we are doing mathematics here. No, we are not doing mathematics here at all. Though JavaScript is a language, JavaScript is very good for calculation. In fact, it's built on calculation. So though we are not going to be doing mathematics here, let's just, it's just the basis of what we just need to know. So if I say console, let's look at addition now. Let's look at addition first. Let's do basic addition. Let's say const, sorry, console console dot console.log a plus b plus c. I believe we know what that will give to us. That should be, let's do index, that will give us 26. That means our arithmetic is working fine. Now let's duplicate this. I told you if you want to duplicate, shift alt, shift what, alt and what, arrow key down, right? So let's say a plus b minus c, and a times, okay, don't worry, let's not be too fast. I believe let's do one after the other before we can join them together. Now let's look at subtraction so that it won't be, oh, I've copied something, so let me copy my T, and I needed this T. Sorry, I needed my T. So let's look at this part. Let's look at subtraction. T, why is my T not working? Sorry guys, I've copied something instead of copying T alone. Okay, subtraction, right? So let's look at subtraction. So if I call console.log, if I want to show it, console.log a minus b. So if I call a minus b, is the variable name I will just call, which is the variable name. So if I run index.js now, it will tell me -2, because 7 minus 9 is -2. That is what we have here. So let me comment this so that it won't cause confusion. So let me run it again. That will give me -2. Let me clear my terminal. Let me run it again so that you will see clearly, which is -2. Now let's look at multiplication. So it's not an English word, so if I leave it, it will be showing me error. So let's look at let's look at want to run now. Multiplication is times, right? I'll just do console dot log a times 2 times a times b. So times is what? Star, right? So if I run index.js now, it will tell me 63 because 6 times 7 is 63. Let me comment this one out. Anyone I'm true, I just comment so that we'll be able to get which is 63. Now let's return this value. Let's return this value. Let me copy again so that we'll be able to see what we are doing, right? So that as we move, it won't be too heavy for us going up and down, right? So let's look at power, very important. Okay, let's look at division first. Division. Let's look at division. Let's say console dot log console.log, let's say a divided by b. I'm using a and b. Let me use c. That does not mean I can't use c. Let's say a divided by c. Okay, let's run. Let's clear our console. Let me hide this. Clear my console so that numbers will not be too much. To clear your console, you can use CLA. You can spell your word clear. It will clear it for you. Or you can use shortcut Control C, then Control L. It will clear it off for you depending on how you want it. So if I run this command now, which is node index.js, it would say 7 divided by 10 for me. Let's see what the result will be. It produce 0.7. Now if I put this A as 8 now, I put C as 2. Let's see what the result will be. Let's clear the console. So we have it as what? 4. So A divided by C is 4 because 8 divided by 2 will actually give me 4. Now let's look at power because you might work in a company that involve doing a spreadsheet, so it's good for you to know basic arithmetic calculations. Now let's do power. Console.log power is what? Sorry, console.log power is double star a times a raised to power b. A raised to power b means what? 8 raised to power what? 9. That's what it means. A raised to power b. Power is 2 star. So what is a raised to power b means what? 8. It means 8 raised to power 9. And I believe that will be a large number. Let's hide this particular one. So let's run our console. Let's see what it will be. The number is large, so we might not really comprehend. Let me give it a small number. 2 raised to power 3. And I believe 2 raised to power 3 will give me 8. That is 2 times 2 times 2. That's what it means. 2 in 3 places. So let's run again. It will produce what? 8 for us. You get? I believe it's making sense, right? It's making sense, right?
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So let's look at the last thing under arithmetic. We have what is called modulus. Modulus. There's one thing that you guys did in C# called fix box, fix boost, something like that. I don't know if you can remember.
Yes, boss.
That thing is coming from modulus. At times in interview, they used to give that thing fix box in interview very well. And is coming from modulus. That calculation is coming from modulus. So let's run through that again. Now let me return this particular thing here. So I'll comment this because let me bring it down so that we'll be able to see it clearly. So instead of going up and down, let me shift my console. So what I do now is modulus. What is modulus? Modulus means remainder, right? Remainder. For example, 7 divided by what? By 2 will give me what? 3. It will what? It will give me what? 3 remainder. 3 remainder what?
1.
1. So let me just write it like that. So 7 divided by 2 is equal to 3 remainder 1. So we are in modulus, we are interested with the what? With the 1, because modulus is all about what? Remainder. Remainder is our focus. The whole number is not our focus. There's a way you can get the whole number. I don't think I have that in my head right now, because we don't always use it, so I don't always put it up. So that is let's say sorry, I'm using console.log. Now let me turn this 7, let me turn A to 4 rather, and let me still leave it as B. Makes sense. So if I say console.log 4 modulus is 2 slash, so I say 4, sorry, A modulus B. Why is it showing error for me? What have I done wrong? Yeah. Oh, sorry. Did I put this bracket now? This bracket is not showing. Okay. A modulus B. Oh, hope I've not done something wrong here. Why is it pointing error for me? But this bracket is showing I need bracket. But why is
Yeah,
it?
I think it's because the double module, that double forward slash is making it look like a comment.
Okay, that's true. That's true. Oh, sorry. Is it not? Is it and or what? Modulus is not. Is it and? Let me just check. I don't know. I don't know why it's true for me. It's not working well. Comment. It's showing. That means if it's taking it as comment, that means not recognizing it as modulus. So language is a comment. Let me see. Oof. Oof. I'll look for it. Probably I not have escaped my mind. All these things, they don't always use it, so I don't always in my mind. So I believe we are good with this addition, subtraction, multiplication, and power, right? Right. Right. So I
Yes.
will. Okay, thank you. So let's look at concatenation. No, we are looking at still an assignment operator. Assignment operator. Let's say, let's still return this part out. Let's put it here to assignment 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 my T and T assignment operators. Assignment operator is what? Is equal to, equal, and equal 3 equal. We explain that. I believe we are used to normal equal. Equal is to assign a number to a variable or a letter, a particular thing to anything, just as this. This one is an assignment operator. This other one, double equal to. Let's see what it will give to us. So let me enable this one to work for us now. So if I say console.log, if I console log, if I say A is equal B, what will be the answer? Someone should help me out.
False.
False. Perfect. Yeah, let's run and see what will give to us. Perfect. We tell you false. Actually, A is not the same thing as what? As B, right? Right. So if,
Yes.
yeah, if I say, let's duplicate this part now, since I'm in assignment operators. So if I say let's do C here. Let's do A is equal to C. Let's say A is equal what? B. Sorry, let me give this a string. A is equal C. Let me duplicate one more. Sorry, I will explain what I'm doing now. Let me duplicate one to what? To D, and give it a 2 as well. Okay, let's say A is equal to what? Let's say C is equal to D. Okay, let's say we have C also is equal D. Okay, so let's start from one after the other so that we won't get confused. Now, A is equal B means what? You are checking if A and B are actually equal. Now, what this one check? He is checking for just the data. He's checking for the. He's checking two things. Checking if no, he's checking for just one thing. Checking if actually A and B are actually equal. It will tell me false. We've run it before. False, that is not equal. Right? Now let's check the second one now. The second one is what? A is equal to C. If you run this, let's see what it will result to. False as well, saying that A and C are not equal. Do you get now? Now let's check the third one. The third one is what? A is equal, checking. Now double equal, check for two things. Checking for the number, if actually the number is equal, and also checking the data types. Now A and B, it will still tell me what? False, because it's not equal at all. You understand the details now. Let's check C. Now C and D, look at C. C is I put this 2 as a string, though it's 2 is a number, but at this particular point it's no longer called number, it's now known as what? As a string. I've convert these 2 to string automatically, which is string now. So if I say is C is equal D, who can give me the result before I run? Who can give me the result?
The result will be false.
Okay,
It's false.
is it false? Okay, it will be true. Let's run. Did I run it? Okay, I didn't. Okay, let me run. Here's my. Okay, let's run. It will be true. Why is it true? These 2 equal to, we check if the numbers are actually the same. It will check, okay, C has 2, D has 2. It will tell you yes, it is true, because both of them are what? True. Sorry, both of them have the same what? Number. Now let's check D now. D has 3 equal to now. This one will check if, it will check for two things. If they have two numbers, if the numbers are the same and the data types are also the same. Now if you check first that the number is the same, it will tell you true. It will also go and check if the data types are the same. It will now say no, this is a string and this is a number. It will return false because the two conditions are not met. False. Is there any confusion so far? There is. Let me have your question. Any question?
From your explanation, what me I that from your explanation, the 3 equals to checks for both
The value
the value
and
and
the
the
data
data
type.
type,
Perfect.
while the 2 equal to just checks for value, right?
Yes, yeah, perfect.
Alright.
Now, this double equal to, take note of it. You make use of it when you get to API. I want to check where will I use this double equal to. You check if a user exists in your database. You now check, or mostly when you want to assign roles, like now, in a system now, you can have user, you can have admin, right? You can have admin, right? Or you can have admin and super admin, person that have like probably the admin, the person that have the main system. Fine. Now, you don't want a user to log into admin portal, and I believe you don't want to do such thing. And you don't want admin to have access to what super admin can do in your own system. You are building system for somebody. You don't want user to just barge into admin system and go and inspect what is happening. And you don't want admin to just enter the super admin dashboard to go and be checking. That is when this 3 equal to is very important. This 3 is very, very important. You will not check if the person that is trying to access this portal is equal admin. Now, if you put only 2 equal to, the authentication there might not be too strong. The person can bypass it and enter. But I always use 3 equal to check. This 3 equal to will check almost everything in the system. Are you allowed? Are you verified? Are you admin? Do you have this? Do you have that? Before the person, if the system checks and the person actually merit it, you're actually an admin or you're actually super admin, then to allow you in. Take note of this one, very important. You always use it most time when you don't want to allow anybody to enter a particular page of your website. You always, every time, you always use it. Always use it. I believe it's making sense, right? Are we together?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
I hope it's not too heavy on us. Yeah. Now we have we've looked at an assignment operator, and I believe this is called operators, assignment operators, all of them. Now let's look at comparison operators. Let's look at comparison operators. Before we get to comparison, I want to add something to assignment operator. I don't think I have it in my system. I'm checking my scheme of work. Assignment operators, comparison operators, logical operators, logic. Okay. I don't think I have that here. Okay. There's one is also called uh I don't know if you have come across something like is not equal. Not equal. This one means, okay, let me split it. Yeah, let me just put it in the next line. Next line. It means not. I will share my code base to you, please. I'll share this particular thing to you. Not equal. Not equal. This one means what? Not equal. Now, you can also use not equal to verify a user in a database. I always use it as well. It works like this as well. It works like this. Very important. I will also have something like this. Only not. This one you always use it. In fact, let me open one of my code base. You see it now. Just a minute. Let me just go to a code base. Let me just show you something. You always use this particular one. It's even more common than all these ones I'm even explaining. Let me just go to a code base. Let me go to a code base. Let me go to a code base. I believe my screen is clear, right? I don't know how we're able to hide. I don't know how we're able to hide this particular thing here. So let me enter. Let me enter. Let me enter. Anyone? I know it's always there. Let me enter this schizonet. Okay. Okay. Oh, I don't want to. Okay. Okay. I'm in the right page. Okay. Just see something. You see, you always use that not, and I will explain what the work is for. So you see it here. If not, You see it here. You see, I'm trying to, okay, let me check. Let me go start. I want to register an account now. This is an account. This is what? Okay, I'm in controller. No. Let me go to service. You see it there in service. Very well. These are, I'm trying to create an account now. This is I'm trying to, so okay, I'm trying to register an account. So const export const register user. So I'm trying to register a user now. So I'm accepting this parameter, don't worry. So I'm checking. I check if const this user, I'm checking for existing user. Go to the database. This one is database. Now go and check if the user have either email, this or me have either email or phone number. You know, if you want to register, you put in your email or phone number, you provide email or phone number. So this particular line now allows you to do that. So once you put in your email or phone number, this is the all now. You do now go and check if the user exists in the database. This is what this line will perform. Go and check if the user have details in database. You will now check if user exists in the database. Now, if you want to register, you expect the user not to be registered, right? So if the user does not, if the user is not, if the user is registered, that means that you say account already exists. You will not see it in registration. Let me go to login. Sorry. In login now, you want someone want to log into your system. You now check if the person should provide in email or phone number. Now, you expect that person to have an account because it's already the account have been created through this route, right? So, are we still audible? Am I still audible rather?
Yes, boss. Yes.
Okay, fine. Okay, thank you. So once this particular line now will help you once you provide your email and phone number or phone any of them. This particular one will now check is this exclamation. This exclamation that means that, sorry, I want to go and do nonsense. If is not existing user, that means that if the user does not exist, this one is very important. You always use it every time. If it's not the user, you now throw an error immediately. User not found. Now that is the reason why at times if you try to register an account or probably you do not know that, probably you do not remember that you have not registered and you try to log in, you tell you immediately you are not allowed, user not found. This is a line that controls that. So if you put this exclamation means not. If you are not allowed, if you are not registered, go back. I also check if the user is verified because you are expected to register and verify your account. I also check if the user's account is verified. If it's not verified, please, account not verified, please check your email for OTP. It's expected that email will be sent to your OTP and you should use that OTP to check. User is also checking again. So many checking. Security will be, in fact, if you are building your backend, security should be your number, your second name, because if you are not careful, your system will be hacked or will be taken off from your hands. So security is very important. So let's go back to what we were working on before. Hope I've not closed my VS Code. Oh, I thought I opened. Okay, fine. That makes sense. So we are looking at not equal. So not equal. This one not equal. What the same thing. Probably I want to check if the admin, if the row is not equal to this. So this one is also normally used for this checking for all these user roles and whatever. Very important. Take note of it. You can use double equal in place of this. Possible. You can use most times I use this still equal because it checks for a lot of validations. You can use this. You can use this for super admin. But if you want to check if a user exists in database, you use this exclamation mark, only this one, like not email. I put not email now, it means that if it does not have email, go back. That's what it means. And I believe it makes sense. So we'll do more of it when we get to API. I will slow down. Now that is for that. Now look at comparison operators now. Comparison operators. Comparison, right? Comparison. Compare. I just spell comparison. To be honest, comparison operators. Hope I never spoke. Comparison operators, right? Now, what is comparison? Someone can help me out. To compare, right? Right. Are we there?
Yes.
Confirm. So
Yes,
when
boss.
yeah, when talking about comparison operator, so what should come to our mind is greater than, less than. You know, mathematics we have greater than or equal to. So if you want to, let me break it down. Let me put it in comment. This one means what? Greater than. Very important. This one means less than. What is wrong? Where is my forward slash? So this one means less than, less than. So greater than or equal to. You put your sign of greater than, put your equal to. It means greater than, great, greater than, right? Greater than, greater than, or equal to. I will explain what all these ones means. Equal to, right? So we have less than or equal to, the same thing goes less than or equal, sorry, q equal to. I'll explain what all of them means. Let's return these values again here. Let's return these values for all of them. So okay, because I've assigned it before, so let me remove it. I don't need this 7. I don't need it as. Now let's practicalize what greater than, right? Let's bring greater than forward. So I want to look at greater than. So if I do console, remember console is to display something. Console.log a greater than b, right? A greater than b. What will be the answer? So when you're dealing with greater than, is either true or false, the answer will also give to me. So is actually A greater than B? Yes, is greater than B. So if I run now, it tell me, show me error. Where is my error coming from? Let me close this, please. That's where the error is coming from. Let me clear my browser. So let's check now. True. Actually, A is greater than B. So if I put 2 here now, so if I put 2 here now and say is A greater than B, you tell me what? False. A is not greater than B. Now, if I say is A greater than or equal to B, it will also tell me what? Now, or is a double chaining. You are checking for 2 things now. Is A greater than B? If yes, go. You're also checking again. Is it the same thing? So it's a double chaining. Now let's check it now. So if I say is A greater than B, let's check. It will tell me what? False. But let's turn A to what? To 7. It will tell me true because it is greater than, right? Let me turn this A to 3 as well. It will still tell me what? True. Though it's not greater than, but it's what? Is equal to. So it checks for, is a double chaining method. It checks either something is greater than or less than. You will use this when you are dealing with calculation, average. When we get to conditional statement, if or else, I will combine if and comparison operator together to work something meaningful. We will get it very soon. Very important. So logical operators, we have what? I believe the greater than, less than is clear, right? So I've tried them a greater than, I've not tried less than. So let's check less than. And let's say console.log, console.log. I've been using A and B. Is C less than D? Is a question. Is D less than? So the system will check. Is D less than C? D. Is C less than D? Meaning that is C smaller than D? No, C is not smaller than D. So it throw me what? False. Because C is not smaller than what? D. So if I can now put D as as 0 now and check now, is C smaller than D? It will tell me yes, true. C is actually smaller than D. Now if I now put if C is less than or equal to D, so let me not override this, so that in case you want to use it to study. So if I put this one now, that is C is less than or equal to D. Let's see what the output will look like. It will tell me true. C is less than or equal to D. Why? It's actually less than 0. Now let's turn this one to 3 now. Let's see. It will tell me what? False now, because it's not less than anymore. So if I turn this 1 to 2 now, it will go. It's not less than, but it is equal. So it will also pass. It will tell me true, because one of the conditions are true. I believe we are making sense, right? So the next part on our list is called logical operators. You always need these logical operators in your API. Anyone that you need, I'll be saying it to, so that you have to master it very well, so that when we get to API, you'll be able to remember when to use it. Very important. What is important in API is that when you get to something, to okay, I thought I'm disconnected. Okay, intention. So the thing is that ability for you to recall something when needed is very important. Please always take note. Anyone that you are going to use in API, I'll spot it out so that you will know. Now logical operators are what is called what? And, or, and what? And, or. Is there another one? I don't think so. I normally use and or. None. Is it like none? In computer there's none. No. I don't think there's none in this one. No. So let's just use, I've come across and or, very important. And, or. I believe that is the basic one we normally use. Logical operators and, or. I will explain that in few minutes now. Let's return this value again. Let's just return C and D. Let me not cut it for the sake of your study. So let me just return only C and D here now. If you want to study, please, if you want to study, after you have passed this part, either you comment or you name it, or you give it a different name. If you leave it on like this, it will throw you error. It won't allow you to work anything. No. Take note. So if you still want to use the same variable name, either you comment it or you give it a different variable name. Very important. You can give it a different letter, or you can come and spell age here, depending. Now since I'm dealing with, let me just type it. Let me just type age now. Let me say age 2. Age 2. Okay, makes sense now. Age 2 now. Now I want to practicalize and now. And is what? Double double normal and we normally use in English. If you want to write, we want to be very fast. Instead to spell and in full, you just put that kind of sign. the two of them is called and. What is and? And check two things. Check and check. How will I put the English now? If I say two things that will not make sense. Let's make example now. Example now. If I send somebody now, or my son or my daughter or somebody at all, please get me. Oh, sorry, I've copied wrong thing. So let me copy my T. Please get me a pen. Get me a pen. Are we still connected? Hope I'm not disconnected though. Hey, hello, hello. I'm disconnected. I disconnect. I don't know. I didn't know that I disconnected though. How will I join now? Is it join here? Oh. Sorry, oh, I don't know. My system. The thing just disconnect me. So I didn't even know. I'm sorry.
No problem.
I'm sorry. Sorry, guys. Where did I even stop?
Because
So you compared logical
logical
operators.
operator.
Okay.
Big 4 pi is not.
Okay. I said we are in logical operators. We have and or so the two of them and or, so there are basic two logical operator that you are going to use when you get to APIs. So I want to make use of const age is 2 and const age 2. Let's put another number. Let's say like 8. Now I'm trying to explain what and is. Now,
Sorry, you are not sharing your screen.
oh, sorry, mom. I didn't even know. It just escaped me. Since it is connected, so I need to share again. Sorry, thank you. That is my problem. Oh. My system is running low, but let's just still work, sha. I just pray I'll be able to meet up. Is it sharing now? Is it sharing now?
I'm not anything yet.
I'm not saying anything yet.
Is it sharing now?
Yes.
Yes.
It's sharing now, babe. So
Yes.
sorry, I said logical operators and or. So I say const age. I'm using const age as 2, const h2 just to differentiate between these two variable name. I gave it 8. So and I want to explain what and is so that you understand how to use it, because you always use it in API every time. You always use it. It's for validation. You want to use it for validation. Now, and I said it is sign for and. Did I put this sign? Okay, double, like if you want to this double and, shortcut of writing and in English in class that time. That is and. So for example, I want to explain and, so I'll use an illustration to explain and so that you understand. I don't have a better definition for it. So for example, please get me a pen and a book. What is the instruction saying? Please get me what? A pen and a book. So if you bring pen, what will the person do? He will tell you where is the book. If you bring book, the person will tell you where is the pen. So the condition is not true if one is meant. So for the condition to be true, the two items they requested for must be complete. So for the person to grant you or ask you to go, you must provide the pen and the book. If you bring one, he will tell you go back again and bring the other one. I believe this explanation makes sense, right? Is there anybody that didn't get it right? Let me look for other way of putting it.
It's clear.
Okay, thank you.
It's clear.
Thank you. So let's write the code now. Console, because we want to show console.log. I want to say, how will I put it now? A and I don't know if this thing too much of API don't enter my head. A and B. I don't know if this thing will actually work run though. A and B. I don't know if A and B will work anyway. But I'm just trying to see A and B. I'm just trying to reason how A and B will flow with me. Checking if A and B. I don't know. Let's just check. But if not, I will just show you how it works in API. I'll just show you how it works. Let's see. I know it will not work because you're not comparing something. Okay, let's reserve this. I've seen where it didn't work now. Pardon me, let me explain what's it called? If statement. Let me write some basic if statement. If statement now, logic, I just remember now, logical operator cannot work alone without an if statement. Just pardon me, if I get to if statement, I will come back to it. Let me say if A is greater than, sorry, I'm combining two is to, if A is greater than B and if A is greater than B and sorry, yeah, if A is greater than B and if A is greater than B and this thing will be too heavy for you. Let me just leave it for now. When I get to if statement, I will explain details. Or should I proceed with it? Should I just go and do it? Should I just do
Yeah,
it?
go ahead and do it. Go ahead and do
Okay,
it.
Go
okay,
ahead. Go
okay.
ahead.
So if A is greater than B and C, if A is greater than B and B is greater than C. Now, if statement doesn't run that way, so that will now you now open a calling braces, very important, or use ternary operators. For now, let's use this console console dot log console.log. What will I write there? Past. You use it in exam. If students score between A and B and this pass, if you get so so and so and so so and so fail. So this is where you use it in exam record. You use it very well, mostly. But you can also use this as well for validation as well. Sha. So if A is now, let's check it. Actually, okay, I don't have C. Battery low. Let's quickly do this. My battery is low. Let's do this. Let's do this. Oof. Const name. Oosh. My battery. Oh, sorry. Since I'm using variable A, I'm calling variable to throw me error B, and let me call it C for this battery will go. C is equal to 8. Let's say 8 as well. Now let's check now. We are checking if A is greater than B at, okay, let me put here as 90. Now if A is greater than B, actually A is greater than B, right? It will tell me pass, passed rather, sorry, passed or pass, and make sense now, pass, abi, pass, pass, anyone. So and B is less than C. Now this second condition will say false because B is not less than C. This condition will tell me false. It will tell me this question is not okay. Let me complete it. Else, so that you'll be able to see it now. Else, I'll explain what is the console dot, because the condition will not go. Else console dot log fail, right? Now if this condition did not go, this other one will run, but it's very important because if not, the thing will. Now look at what happened now. It tells me what? Fail. Why? Because one of the condition is true, which is this one, A is greater than B. But the second condition failed because B is not actually less than what? C. Now let's put B now as 0 and let's run this command again. It will tell me true. Pass. You are passed already because both conditions are true. A is actually greater than B and B is actually less than what? C. Now if you want to run this, you wire it this way. When we get there, we'll do multiple of each statement. Any question? I'm running, my battery is very low. This light and they deal with me here. And I still have a lot to teach before I can give assignment. I have a lot to teach because except I will just draft assignment based on what we have done so far. That's what I will do so that we can actually work with it. Do you have any question? Because I'm having low battery, 8%.
No, I don't.
All right.
question.
All right, thank you guys. So we'll meet on Thursday. Please. So install node. Just go to browser. Just go to browser. Just go to browser. Just go to browser and type node. If you type node, node will come out like this. Very important. Go down. Go down. Click on the first one. Click on the first one. Click on the first one. Node, this thing, runtime, is a JavaScript runtime. Explain to you. Don't write all these scripts. Go down to where you can see download. So this is it here. I hit on download. I hit on download. I just pray my system doesn't go off right away. If I click on download, then you tell me install on window. If I click on window, it will start installing. Once you are through with that, install git. I believe you guys have git already, right? But if you don't, if you before you install, always type the command git, do git minus v, git minus v, to check if you have it already. If you have it, it will show you a version number as this. You get, if you install node, also come and check if it have installed. Most time if you install node, you have to off your system so that it can work. You have to off your system and on it back. So if you on it, come to VS Code and type, run this command node minus v. You get, if you run it, your command will work. Please get. All right, thank you guys.
Okay.
Thank you guys. Thank you guys. So we'll meet on Thursday by God's special grace. By then I will have battery because I'll be going to work that Thursday, so I will charge the system very well so that we can make use of it. Thank you guys. See you on Thursday. I will send your assignment to you and also upload this video hopefully tomorrow after church service, or if they bring light tonight. Thank you. See you guys.
So don't forget the YouTube link.
I will definitely do that. Definitely do that, sir. Definitely do that. All right. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
Yes.